Hi, my name is Ryan and this is RAI Adventures. And if you want to see us try to fix these pumpkin heads, stay tuned.
Alright guys, it's Halloween time. Last year, Ryan was making these two paper-mache pumpkins. He has this idea where he wanted to make a whole body with paper-mache, but we ended up, Ryan, if you could pan this camera over this way. We ended up making this PVC body that I'm going to end up just accenting with paper-mache, maybe some styrofoam, but these heads are going to attach by the stem like that. So this pumpkin seems pretty good. It does have a couple of cracks in places that I'm going to coach Ryan through how to fix. Now this pumpkin, on the other hand, was kind of a disaster. It didn't hold up once we started putting the paper clay on it, and it sunk. So, in theory, we're going to take the stem off, reattach the stem with some chicken wire maybe, and then re-paper clay it. I'm thinking we're going to stick like a playground ball in here, re-wet this, get it nice and wet, and blow the ball up, see if we can get it a little bit more of a structure to his mouth. If not, we're going to go with it how it is and just make it look like it's a decaying, rotting pumpkin. But right now, we have to fix the stem because it has to hold the weight of the pumpkin.
Alright guys, so now I'm going to try to take this stem off here. It's already coming off on the back, but it's still attached up front, so this might be a little of a challenge, but I think I can get it off. You just cut that, cut the string with it. Because remember that red string was in there.
Let's try and leave it attached.
Because it's the whole way up to here. The string. Zip ties are coming out though. You can just probably rip it actually. So let me get scissors and cut this carefully. No, I'll use a knife. This will be easier to not cut a rope. Move. Trying not to cut the red string in there, wherever it is.
I don't know.
Oh, you just didn't want the zip ties cut. Where is the string? Did we tape it down?
That was part of the bag. And you stick that back in?
Yeah, just in case. No, because the string was up in there because that's what started it. Probably just. Here.
So now I drew a black line on there. I want to take the paper clay all the way back out to the paper mache because I'm going to inlay chicken wire in there and cover it with.
The whole jaw's coming out.
So you try to delicately chip that off if you can. It's like brain surgery on a pumpkin.
I hope brain surgeons are more delicate than we are being right now.
Okay, as you can see here, I just been Gorilla taping the stem back on. It's just pretty much to hold it in place. Put a couple more pieces on here. Okay, now I'm gonna go mix up some paper mache. I'm gonna paper mache all this, try and stay inside this paper clay line. Let it dry. Alright, let's see how this camera angle goes. So I got my glue and water mixture. It's a little runny, but I want it to soak in to the stuff that's already dried. I may have to add some more glue. I'm trying to mix up the glue a little better. Seems like there's some glue settled on the bottom.
Bluetooth disconnected.
I gotta go get my cell phone.
Bluetooth connected.
I like to leave my strips of newspaper long. I got the hiccups. Then as I lay it on there, if it goes longer than I want, now let me soak this piece, I'll show you. So say, can you see, let's go over here. So here I wanted to go there and into there, but I just wanted to stop there. I could just rip it off. The tricky part is going to be trying to do the underside of this. So I just jam it in there, don't care if it rips. Then I want to put a layer right in here, rip it off, layer right there, rip it off. Okay, now I want to try and move this so you guys can see this side. I'm just going to keep going with a good layer of paper mache, and then I'm going to let it dry. And then I'll show you how I think I'm going to coat it with chicken wire before I go over repairing the paper clay. Alright, that's it for today. I'm just going to let it dry. Alright, now it's been a couple days.
Nah, it's been like 2.
The stem is all paper mache back on. I laid this out with chicken wire to help strengthen the stem some more. So now I'm going to turn it over to Ryan. He's going to make some a rough amount of paper clay that we used. We got this big thing right here, and this is blown insulation, but it's
green fibers.
It's paper. That's all it is. It's just ground up paper pulp.
You probably just broke the stem again.
Nah, it's stuck to this. So he's gonna go ahead, we're gonna just use this blender because I'm not actually sculpting anything. I don't need it to be smooth. I just need to get some product back over this chicken wire.
And here, right?
We'll worry about that later. Okay. That'll be the next step.
This is how to make a mess with Ryan. I'm your cook today. We're gonna be making some paper clay. You gotta get your water and your clay, your paper, and you're just gonna put it in and let it blend up. Need more water though. We got a brand new clean cloth. Definitely not used. That thing stinks. I just saw it was the clay. So now we're gonna strain the water out of this. The holes are a little too big on this, so last time I just did this with this towel. I put it in there like that. And then I just used it to drain the water out. Now you don't want to drain all the water out of it. We want to leave some in there.
Now you need to put this in that bucket.
It's down on the ground.
So now that he has his paper ground up, I'm just scooping out what of the joint compound that's left in this bucket.
So this is like the consistency you want. You want it to be wet enough that it's moldable, but not wet enough where it's dripping and like running out down my hand.
For now, I'm going to do 1 cup, but I don't know. Actually, I think that, if you get technical, I think that's 2 cups.
We meant it like literally 1 cup. Should have counted how many scoops it took.
So, okay, before the memory card filled up and the camera shut off, Ryan was mixing up the joint compound and the paper fibers. So now he mixed up another batch of paper fibers because it was too runny. So now I'm going to take the drill, I'm going to mix this up.
Oh, you are? Okay. Didn't we do this the first year?
Alright, I think this is starting to look a little good.
So we're not doing the last batch?
So all I have is wood glue. So we're gonna try it with the wood glue instead of the white glue.
Does this look good?
It's in there.
Well, I was just gonna do this last little handful.
So I poured a nice cup of glue, 2 cups of glue. I'm gonna dump that in.
We should start giving the measurements of how big our cups are, because we always just say 1 cup.
Well, I'm talking about an actual cup, 2 cups.
Yes, I understand, but I mean, like, we should, like, be like, here's 1 cup. Here's the size of the cup so people can make it. You did that on purpose. You were smiling. It's a good thing we're stopped at home.
So this is what I end up with. I want it to be moldable. This is a little bit on the wet side.
My dad added too much glue. It wasn't me this year.
So it will dry, it'll just take longer. This isn't good for like sculpting faces. You want it stiffer. You want it like clay.
You can't see your hand.
You want it stiffer. You want it like clay.
Your hand is under the camera. At least I don't think.
But I want it to form in around the chicken wire of the stem. So we're gonna go ahead and start slapping it on there.
Bet you might. The worst part is I have to redo the face at some point, and we had it all like nice looking.
I am not worried about trying to form a pumpkin at this time. I just need to get a layer on there and drying. See, like right here, I have a wire sticking out. I'm not going to worry about it because if it comes to it, I will build that up there after this sets up a little bit.
Is it good? So, it was a good day. We got a lot done. I'm gonna leave and let him clean up. See ya on part 4. Bye.
Okay, I quickly started to throw some stem, I don't know what they're called.
Roots.
Like stem, well, like Ryan said, the roots that are on the, but I'm exaggerating them down further on the pumpkin, like the stem is taking control of the pumpkin. And so I think we'll end the video here on this step.
The video or this part?
So I would stay tuned for the next stage where we fix its face and its lower jaw. If we can't figure out a way to fix it, we are just going to, I guess the camera's like that. If we can't fix it, we're just going to leave it as it is and turn it into more like a growl or a rotting pumpkin. But stay tuned for the next video. Hang in there.